Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut here with Mike Kelly, and we're Real Estate Jerky. How you guys doing? And if you're listening to this on the podcast, thank you for listening to it on the podcast. If you're here live with us, thank you for being here live with us.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. What you got going on today? Anything?
Oh, no. I was looking at
porn.
No. Well, yeah. Real estate news is a little bit like porn. It's all fucked up.
you can go down a rabbit hole.
You go down a rabbit hole. I mean, you're looking at one article that says, Kay Scheller says new home sales are up for the fourth straight month. And in two articles below, it says new home starts have largest slump in June.
Right. Well, that's because of permits.
December of 2011,
right.
You know.
Well, that's the difference between permits and actual signed contracts for new homes.
Mm-hmm.
And, if they did pending homes the same way, existing home sales as they do new sales contracts, that would mean every time you write a contract and someone gets into a contract, whether it falls out or not, it's a number.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that would be a bad way of doing resale. The other one is, the median, we talk about this all the time, but the media grabs median home sales are down or home prices are down. Right. That's because not as many expensive homes are selling.
Right.
You haven't lost any value on your property.
Right. I mean, that's what they say. Home sales are down by 3%.
Yeah.
And it's a median because they've sold lower price homes because people can't afford those payments with today's rates.
Right.
And from what I'm hearing, we're going to see these rates a lot longer than people are. And since I said that, I'm going to add something to the screen. Let's see. I think
you're going to ask
there. I'm going to
Siri.
No, I'm not going to do that. Let's see if I can get any closer. No, that's layout. I can't get any closer, but basically it says U.S. homes sales, right? So it says U.S. homeowners are nearly twice as willing to sell if their mortgage rate is 5% or higher, but just 1 in 5 homes meet that criteria. For those who have a mortgage rate of at least 5%, 38% said they're planning to sell their home according to a quarterly survey. Just 21% of holders with rates below that dividing line say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're running into. But if you keep going down, then it says it's never been more challenging to find an affordable home to buy.
Oh,
no kidding. Really?
Really?
Yeah, because rates are so high. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Right. Well, so let's go through some. Should we go one last thing since add to stream?
Yeah, let's do local.
It. San Francisco's looking at turning office buildings into homes.
We've been talking about that for about 4 or 5 years.
I know, but those would be nicer homes because those are up in a building.
Exactly.
Yeah, these are the ones you want to turn into as longs.
that needs to blow up. That needs to come down.
One bedroom, all these bedrooms.
Some of the old abandoned stuff downtown.
Right. Well, they'd have to maybe a bunch of studios.
Yeah.
Right. And then you have a common area or something,
know,
inside. But I don't know. I just saw those things. Thought I'd talk about those real quick.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So they looked at this, I guess they say senior loan officer opinion survey, right? I don't mean that's the 80. If you're 55 or 65, senior walking with your walker, I guess that's what that means. But in July, they asked them some stuff, right? And so they're saying, okay, the trend suggests ongoing and potential accelerate. Oh, let me go back. Did I miss it?
Yeah.
Findings indicate tight of lending standards and decline in loan demand. Shot. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, right now, if you think a third, right, of all transactions are cash still, and then that only leaves 2/3 for loans.
Right.
And that's not a lot of business, especially in our area when we're only doing 200 and some hundred, 200 and like a month. Let's just say 200 a month. Potentially could be a loan for everybody in Stanislaus County.
Right.
That's not a lot of business.
No.
So if you're doing 5 of those, you got a good market share right now. They're talking the trend out there is ongoing and potential credit crunch. We've been talking about this for a while.
Yep.
We see that across all various loan categories, including business loans, home loans, HELOC, car loans. So they're saying that they're seeing a increase in tightening standards for these loans. I haven't seen that myself personally, but banks are the banks are actually the ones more than anybody tightening their standards more than anybody else.
The Wells Fargo's, the B of A's,
the banks, whatever the bank is.
They don't really like to do home loans anyway.
No, well, they only like to do it for people who bring millions of dollars to their portfolio.
Right.
CoreLogic, we talked about them a couple weeks ago, but according to CoreLogic report, home price experienced a 5% increase in June, followed by a 9/10 rise in May. Over the past year, home values have seen a 1.6% uptick, right? Over year,
mm-hmm.
right? Which everybody thought we were down 0.5%.
Right.
And then going forward,
Everybody but us.
So if you look forward over the next, we talked about this before. I don't know why they brought it up again. I guess it's a different thought of it, but CoreLogic projects that we're going to see increases 4.3% over the next 12 months. I think we're going to see more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Consider the gains of the first half. They almost 10% appreciation in 2023 total for the year. We're looking at 10%. We talked about this before.
Yeah, and CoreLogic, these are all national numbers.
Correct. And then we still have some economic news coming out this week, and I just want to put that up there. But this is the ones that came out today. ISN numbers today. That's the Purchasing Manager Index. That's actually looks at the manufacturing sector of the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And the ISM manufacturing employment in the United States increased 44.40 points in July from 48.10 points in June June of this year. So that's the institute. You always ask me, who is that?
Yeah,
Institute for Supply Management. And basically what we're looking at is, if I go back up here, it looks at just the economic activity in the manufacturing sector. So that's going down. That means less people needed, right?
So they fell 4 points, 4 points something.
Right. We're under 50, which
Yeah.
we want to be above 50. We haven't been above 50 since last year, before a year ago.
I wonder why.
I think it has to do with inflation, and people don't need as much as they used to need.
Yeah.
And then your favorite one, just over broke report. It talks about job openings, and it really didn't change much. We still have 9.6 million jobs available in June. So if you need a job, go get a job.
Are those all the jobs that Biden created?
Yeah. Yeah. They're still available, and go get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not paying you anything now.
Well, you better get them before they put AI in there and they put something else in there, because that's what everybody's looking at, how much is going to change. So a few people are saying AI is not going to get rid of companies, but if you don't use AI in your business for what you do, you're going to be overrun by somebody who does.
Yeah.
And you need to use it. There's so many different ways to use it, and makes your time so much faster. I've been doing these podcasts, and I came up with a new company that has this AI for editing and all this other stuff, and it's amazing what it can do, transcribing and everything, and really transcribing and getting rid of the filler words that's in all those things. They'll get rid of those for you. You can, and then edit it and transcribe it, drop into Chat GPT, tell me to create a summary for me. The problem is, if you have a 30-minute podcast, you can only do 15 minutes at a time in there of the transcription.
Yeah.
So then you go, okay, now take these two things and put them together in a chronological order. Boop, done.
There you go. Done. Hey, I just realized my flag is backwards. It looks like I'm in distress.
No, your flag is the same as mine.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. On this side.
You're just backwards.
I'm backwards.
Looking at it. Yeah. But behind you, it's to your, it's the same as mine.
Okay.
That's how it looks to me.
All right.
Yeah.
Not to
You'd have to do a reverse.
Anyway.
You'd have to click on the thing, reverse my screen.
So,
yes.
So all these things lead to still in Modesto, crazy busy, no inventory, right?
Right.
Still in Stanislaus County, crazy busy, no inventory.
Well,
still in California, crazy busy.
I don't know
no
about
inventory.
crazy busy, because there's a lot of agents aren't crazy busy.
Well, that's
if
true.
you have it, and I've been talking a bunch in other areas, and they're like, I have no buyers, but I got a ton of listings.
Yeah.
And they're going from people coming here from other areas.
That's your foothill peoples.
Mm-hmm.
And they got tons of listings.
Well, they have, instead of a ton of, buyers, well, is a relative term to people in Tuolumne County and Calaveras County and other places.
Yeah.
What's that? 5, 3?
Well, right. But they don't have a lot of local people who are moving up or moving down, because of
price
point.
Golden
price point and golden handcuffs. But they have out of town people
who can pay cash.
That are coming in.
Yeah, and just like here. I mean, that's why I've said a third of everything is going to be cash. And then investors are picking up the other stuff too, still.
Well, I'm busy due to life events. Right. So,
and I think that's what's busy right now. So the question is going to be, going forward the next 6 months, what's that going to look like? A lot of people are saying it's going to be so much better. Well, you can say that all you want.
Right.
But really, how's it? Because I've been saying that for a year. It's going to get better. It's going to get better. It promises.
Well, eventually it will. It
always
does.
Right. But we're going to have these rates a lot longer than people think.
Than we were originally.
Well, originally I thought, I thought we'd start seeing them go down. Then I saw some numbers. I'm like, I don't see it. And then people are saying end of the year, we're going to be here. I don't know. Until we see some real numbers making changes. But what we're doing is these individual small little changes every month, and we're not getting that much movement in the bond market, which affects rates.
Right.
Not with the I won't say Greenspan.
That
tells you how long I've been doing this. The Fed, what they're doing is just, they're trying to destroy the economy to get a recession going, and it's not happening. We still have 9.6 million jobs available.
Yeah.
Normally at this time in 2008, we have no jobs available.
And still a fairly high consumer confidence level.
Now
People
or before?
Right now, people are still going out and buying it, and they're putting more money on credit, but they're still going out and buying.
I think that's starting to slow.
Are you seeing signs of that? You just kind of said some, but I'm not seeing it.
I'm starting to think that people are more worried than they were before with spending money.
Gotcha.
I know a few agents who aren't as busy as you, and you've been in the business a while and you have connections in certain parts of it. They're going, I'm down to my last so much and I don't have anything going.
That's scary.
Yeah. Well, that's how what happens.
That's real estate.
That's what happens during the spring. You put enough away so that you can get through these, but most of the time it's not almost 2 years.
Right.
Because this has been over a year now. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, if you look at overall history in industry, if you look nationwide, it's over a year.
It started in June.
Right. We're
May.
in July.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're in August.
Yeah, it's August.
So that's
1st.
14 months. Was that over a year? I think so.
Well,
that's all I have.
The only thing I got is, what I'm seeing is, even though agents are not so busy, I know they're going out and showing property because, let me just say this, agents, if you show a vacant property and there's an alarm code and there's many doors going outside, lock all of them, make sure they're locked, and reset the alarm. Do your job.
Because we know who did it.
Yeah.
Right.
I do.
Yeah, because your actual information's left in that little box.
A little box that I can read, and it can tell me, you're the last one. The alarm's not set. The doors are unlocked.
And if something happens, are they responsible for that?
I would make sure that they were.
I'm just saying that would be the question, because if once somebody actually got hurt from that, they would make sure that everybody did it.
Yep.
But again, there's limited houses out there. Now is the perfect time to buy them because there is some interest, but there's not like it's going to be once rates eventually go back down. And we're hoping that, people will put their houses on the market even more so more people can buy.
Right.
I just think a lot of buyers are like nervous still not to make a mistake. And that's what you have to get over.
Right.
Some people who just, no big deal because, it's just their life and they understand the difference in the payments and everything else.
Right.
But some people are like, I just don't know if I want to buy that house. And that's okay. There's other people who do. So those are the people you want to work with.
Absolutely. 100% correct.
All right. Anything else you got?
That's about it. Yeah, really.
That's it.
That's about it. Okay. I'll have numbers tomorrow.
All right.
I'll have Stanislaus numbers tomorrow. And the end of the week, I'll have state numbers.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for watching and thank you for being here. If you're on the podcast after the show, we appreciate it. And if you like what we do here, subscribe to our YouTube channels. That's Ed Parcaut. Mike Kelly doesn't have one yet, I guess.
So. Yeah, he does. Mike Kelly Realtor.
Is okay, but that's right.
There's nothing on it.
Yeah, we'll get it out. We'll get it take care of for you.
Yeah,
and then also Real Estate Jerky. And again, subscribe. Let other people know what we do here. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a great day.